started the firm in the late 90s after a pretty short stint at Sidley and Austin, where I represented big corporate clients doing battle with each other. It really wasn't my passion, and so I decided to start my own firm, and I concentrated on civil rights. Started it in my apartment. I had a basement apartment at the time. That was our office. Didn't have any clients or employees, or a plan actually, but we started winning and built it from there.
I love this place. When I came to Loevy Loevy, I'd been working in New York for a few years after law school, and when I came to this job, I was hoping it was going to be a dream job, and that came true. So this really has been the civil rights job that I wanted to do. If you ask me why that's the case, I think the answer always comes down to two things: the clients and the colleagues.
I think it's a unique combination of like really top-end lawyers that could have their pick of any large law firm they wanted to practice at, with mission-driven work. I mean, we take a variety of cases. We obviously do a lot of civil rights lawsuits, but we do other work as well. And the guiding star is always, is this the case that we believe in? We won't take cases if we don't believe in them. But we're also not a nonprofit. We're a for-profit law firm. We're a successful law firm. We're proud of the fact that we're a successful law firm, and so it's a very unique combination of those two things.
I would describe the firm's mission as being here to help the little guy against abuses from the big guy. Whether it is the firm's work for transparency, to force the government to reveal information that's supposed to be public, that should inform citizens and voters, whether it is holding police to account for abuses that for too many years just had total impunity, or if it's holding corporations accountable for fleecing taxpayers. In all of these instances, it is a situation where an entity or person with a great deal of power is abusing that power.
I wanted to become a lawyer because I realized that many of the lawyers who were doing the type of work I wanted to do didn't come from the background that I came from. The way I grew up on the south side of Chicago, understanding systemic problems from a very practical and personal level. This firm takes on some of the hardest public interest cases in the country. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy working on wrongful conviction cases. Individuals who've been impacted by some of the worst systems the United States has. And in many ways, but for our involvement in our clients' lives, they may never see the light of day, see their families, their loved ones, their children.
The attorney-client relationship, I think, because in many instances, we are the first person or one of the first people to listen, to care. So building trust is hugely important. Our clients have had, the vast majority have had their trust in basic institutions betrayed. And so we work hard to make sure that our clients can trust us, that they are comfortable, and it's a great opportunity for us as well to meet really interesting people who have overcome so much, and so the learning is mutual.
I have been doing this for 15 years, and I never stop being inspired by our clients. These are people who display such tremendous strength and courage in how they have lived their lives. I mean, you take our wrongful conviction clients, for example. These are men and women who have spent usually decades in prison for crimes they did not commit. You could imagine a person being broken by that, but they managed to persevere. They managed to keep fighting all the way through those years. That alone is unbelievable. It's astounding, and it's inspiring.
I think one of the coolest things about this place is our clients' relationship with each other. So it should not be the case that we have so many wrongfully convicted clients that they have a community. That shouldn't be the case in the first place. It is the reality, and I think one of the coolest things about this place is that our clients know each other and that they have advocated for each other for decades. They have experienced this trauma together, and then when they come here, this is a place where they can continue to have a community. And because our civil attorneys often work on exonerations, you have relationships with clients that span decades, where our attorneys work on exonerations and then they come and take on civil cases for those same people. And it is just, we care so much about our clients and making sure that they get what they need and that we communicate with them and that they have a say in what's going on in their cases. But I think it is a very special place.
I mean, it starts with being a warm and kind person, right? This is a place for people who care about others. And so all of us come from that place of empathy. That is how we approach, that is where the motivation comes from to represent our clients, to be part of the causes that we are part of. But it permeates all parts of our life. We want people who also want to be kind and empathetic in their lives and their treatment of each other. This is not a place where we yell at each other, where you shout and say, oh, you did this wrong. We show kindness and respect to each other at every level of this firm from top to bottom.
We work hard. We take our cases very seriously. We put in the time to put our clients in the best possible position to win. But we are very much a no blame kind of culture. We know that everybody's working really hard. We know that everybody's human. So it's a place that's very supportive of, taking chances, taking intelligent chances, doing your best for your clients. It's not a place where people are afraid of being yelled at.
People we hire are super competitive, and I think there's a common denominator. When the dust settled and we looked around who's here, who made it through, it's people who injustice bothers them. People who get pissed off, their blood pressure gets up, they get irritated by things that aren't fair. That's what motivates us. All of us have a passion for correcting injustice, to a person almost. There's some attorneys that are just going through the motions, doing their job. That's not us, and that's not the people who want to work here. People who want to work here are passionate about correcting injustice. They're competitive. We all like to win. If you don't like to win, probably shouldn't be an attorney, and certainly shouldn't be an attorney here. We play fair and play hard, but at the end of the day, you have to find motivation to win for our clients.
Culturally, this place is amazing, right? I mean, we do extremely hard work, and the expectations we all have of ourselves to put out the best possible work product to get justice for our clients is immensely high. And I take great pride in that, but what makes it, I think, really special is that there's a lot of laughter and love and affection among colleagues here. And so it's a place where we do extremely hard work, but we do all the things to try to make it as fun and tolerable and deal with the challenges together.
Yeah, this is a place that is not constrained by formality. The firm thrives, I think, because people are really allowed to be themselves. And if that means riding your bike to work and parking it in the hallway, that's what that means. And if it means running around without shoes on, that's what that means, or bringing your dog to work. But I think we thrive because people can be themselves and they can do what they need in order to do their best work.
When we hire, we're trying to hire for the culture. We are attorneys, we work together, but we spend a lot of time together, and we all like each other, and we like to spend time together, and we're friends. So, it's an overused analogy that this is a family. We're not a family, but we're real good friends, and we spend a lot of time together, frankly, more time than some people do spend with their families. So you better make sure everybody fits in and gets along and wants to be part of that culture, wants to contribute to it, make it positive. It's a very important value to us that it's a positive culture. We're here a lot, and we're working hard. It's got to be fun. So no mean people, no being mean to each other. It's got to be fun. It's light, it's competitive, and we're certainly playing to win, but we might as well invest in people who are going to make it better, make the culture better. And I think we do a good job with that.
The best part of working at Loevy is a mix of working with colleagues who are committed to justice and are brilliant. And that has always been the type of work environment that spoke to me. I think the type of attorneys who succeed here are those who take self-initiative, who don't mind risk, and don't mind being creative. There's a bit of poker in our litigation strategy, and I think that the opposing side will find that we often don't mind putting all our chips on the table.
we're aggressive without being stupid. I think that we litigate cases very smartly. We push very hard. We take cases that other firms don't think you can win, and then we win them. And I think we take a lot of joy in that and satisfaction of getting that kind of those wins for our clients that mean so much for them. We are a law firm that tries a lot of cases. We're comfortable being in court. We're comfortable taking difficult cases, and whether that's a civil rights case or a privacy case or a Freedom of Information Act case or a copyright case, we bring that same sort of intensity and quest for justice in all those different cases. Because at the end of the day, that's how you win or lose a case. Is justice on your side or isn't it, no matter what the subject matter?
Most people don't go to trial anymore. There's a phenomenon called the vanishing trial in the federal courts, where shockingly few cases go to trial because most of them are too expensive to litigate, or they get resolved, or they get knocked out. But it's a tiny, tiny fraction of the cases that get filed go to trial. Our firm litigates disproportionately cases that go all the way. Why is that? Because we're not afraid to keep fighting. I mean, if they're not offering you a settlement that's fair and that your clients want to take, the next thing that happens is you keep going until there's a trial. And sometimes that frustrated the defendants because they're like, we want this to go away. But they really only have two choices: either pay a fair amount of compensation or let's have a trial. And if you call their bluff, that's what happens. Eventually you get a trial. And it's proved an enormously effective strategy too, because we're not bluffing, and I think they're starting to realize we're not bluffing.
I mean, this firm has some of the best civil rights litigators in the country. And I think part of it is because people are whip smart. There's an immense brain trust. And the quality of the work that the people do here is unlike anything that I've ever experienced before. I came in knowing very little about litigation. I was a relatively new attorney when I got here, and I have just learned so much in the limited amount of time that I've been here. I was thrown right into work right away, and I was given opportunities that I can't think any new attorney would have. I was given the opportunity to argue a case at the Illinois Supreme Court, and I'd only been here for a few years. I mean, the firm allows you to pursue cases that you feel passionately about, and to pursue justice and accountability regardless of what the outcome is going to be. And even if you go into a case knowing that you probably won't win, the firm supports us in litigating righteous cases that need to be litigated.
A lot of people who work here don't know what it's like to work in another organization. We hire a lot of people right out of school or clerkship, so they don't probably have a perspective to know that it is sort of unusual. I believe that this is a unique opportunity for young lawyers to work on super interesting cases, super important cases, to work with so many tremendous lawyers that are in a teaching culture and a fun place. I mean, there's no make work, there's no pretend work, there's no memos. You come here, you litigate. And for those who want the ball and want the steering wheel, that opportunity is here.